He's managed to maintain a simultaneous music and movie career like not many before him, from heartthrob in My So-Called Life to drug addict in the film Requiem for a Dream to rock god in his band 30 Seconds to Mars. Jared Leto is in the studio to talk about his new album. Jared Leto, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. I was just watching myself on that little screen right there and that video that we just put out on Friday.
Yeah. Fantastic video.
Well, thank you so much. Before you said it was just good, and
I was
fantastic is an improvement.
enthusiasm for the interview. Now, record number 4, Love, Lust, Faith and Dreams.
Yes.
I've read that you've described it as one of the most important records that you've put out. Explain.
Well, I should rephrase that. It is the most important record that we've ever made. I think it's a transformational record. I think a lot of people are going to be very surprised when they hear this album. We've taken everything that we've learned from, playing hundreds of shows in front of millions of people around the world for years and years and dumped it all into this album. We learned a lot. We learned a lot about ourselves, about music, about life.
So
about
listening
love,
to
about
it,
lust, about faith.
I'm going to get to the lust bit in a minute,
about
actually.
Dreams.
So when people are listening to it, how does it differ from This Is War?
Well, This Is War is an album about conflict. We were battling our record company. They sued us for $30 million. We made this record self-finance, holed up in a basement of a house in the Hollywood Hills, and it was really us against the world. At that point, we felt like that. It was a really intense time, but it also was the end of one chapter, and this is the beginning of another. So I've said this before, and I really feel this way, that this album, Love, Lust, Faith and Dreams, is a new beginning for 30 Seconds to Mars. Listening
to it, it sounds like it's going to be fantastic.
I feel like I'm in a movie right now.
Why?
Just this set, the lighting, the whole thing. It feels like there's a movie in a movie. It's very strange, very surreal.
But that's a good thing.
It's almost too perfect in here. You have the Mondrian colors, the violet. You're so beautiful, perfect teeth. Everything's... am I dreaming? Am I dreaming right now?
Wake up anyway. We've got to carry on with the interview.
Okay.
It sounds like you wrote it to be amazing in a stadium, this album. I mean, the songs that I've heard so far anyway, it sounds like it's really going to be a great live gig. Was that in your head when you wrote it?
I did think, I appreciate that, thank you. And I did think about what the songs would be like live. Normally when I'm writing, I kind of tune everything out and I just pay attention to my gut, my instinct. But I'll often think of what is it going to be like when I stand up on stage and share these songs with people night after night. So I'm excited to do that. We're going to be doing that at the Grand Palais soon.
Yeah, in July.
On July 9th. Yeah, I went there years ago and I was just blown away. It's such a beautiful place. What was it, built for the World's Fair or something?
Yeah.
But it's actually absolutely a gorgeous and iconic building. But when I went there, I said, I gotta play here. So it's a dream come true.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things I wanted to ask you about this, which was quite interesting, Up in the Air.
Yes.
Was actually sent up in the air into space.
Yes.
Tell us more about that and why the band wanted to do that.
The greatest pun of 2013. It really had little to do with the name of the song and everything to do with pushing the limits of human potential of what's possible. Anybody can just toss a song out on the internet, and we've certainly have done that. But I wanted to do something different. So we hooked up with NASA. We burned a CD, an actual CD. They wanted a CD, which we thought was pretty funny. With all this technology going on, they actually still wanted a CD. We put it in a rocket. It shot 261 miles up into space, and this capsule docked with the space station, and we debuted our song from space. So it was pretty unforgettable experience.
Yeah, no, congratulations. You're the first band ever to do that.
Well, probably, because it's not such an easy thing to do, and we consider ourselves very lucky to have been able to do it.
Okay, let's talk about the lyrics. You can probably guess which lyrics I'm going to pick out of Up in the Air.
I don't know. Surprise me.
I'll wrap my hands around your neck so tight with love, love, love.
Yeah.
Quite erotic.
Is it?
Tell us a little bit
It's
more.
funny that you would take it that way.
Well, tell us what the song's about, if that's not what it is.
Well, I think, what is it they say? Everything is about sex, except for sex. Sex is about power, right? I think you could say the same thing about that song. It has a lot to do with power, empowerment. But I think it started with Hurricane, a song on my last record where I explored sex, sexuality, and then I made a video that was very sexual. I think a lot of times in rock music these days, like sex is almost avoided. You hear about it and kind of reference in pop songs or hip hop songs sometimes in a way that's a bit more objectified. But this song and the video are, they deal with that. I think it's an important theme. It certainly is for me in my life. And the album is called Love, Lust, Faith, and Dreams for a reason. So Up in the Air falls in the lust and the dreams category. And you directed the video. It's actually an 8.5-minute short film.
Yes. Obviously, you've got a really successful acting career as well, but
some would argue
you're not doing that as much now.
About the success part. But yeah.
Well, I mean, I'd argue with you that it is good.
Okay.
Is that you getting it out of your system, the kind of cinematic part of your character by directing the films?
Well, I started off as a kid. There were two things I wanted to be, either a painter, an artist, or a drug dealer. Just putting it out there. But that's where I was at when I was a kid. So the kind of yin and yang there. But fortunately, after I dropped out of school, I went back and I studied to be an artist. And then in my second year, I switched to filmmaking. So I think what you see in the videos is probably my love of cinema, my love of storytelling, my love of images. And Love, Lust, Faith, and Dreams is full of imagery, and Up in the Air specifically is an homage to all the things that I love about art and design, and an exploration about movement and the human body.
I don't really have time to go into your acting career, but just quickly, your last film, Dallas Buyers Club,
yeah,
you did quite a lot of hair removal.
Yeah, I did.
Is that the first time?
Ever waxed yourself?
I haven't actually done it physically myself. I've been somewhere to have it done. But you've
gone through the process.
I've gone through the process
of waxing parts of your body.
Yeah. How did you find it?
I found it wasn't so bad. I mean, I felt clean as a whistle. No, I did wax my eyebrows, my body, because I played a transsexual woman who was unfortunately dying of AIDS and also a drug addict. I lost a ton of weight as well. It was an intense project. I hadn't made a film since Mr. Nobody 5 years before that. So it was 5 years between films, and this was a role that kind of seduced me back into making a film, and it'll probably be coming out later this year.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing it. Now, I need to talk about your fans because they are loyal, aren't they? How many fans have you got on Twitter? How many followers? 1 million?
Yeah, I think I've got a million or so on Twitter.
Well, I happened to mention yesterday that you were coming on the show.
Yes.
And I think now my Twitter account has been blocked by people saying, ask him this,
nice.
ask him this, ask him this. I'm going to ask you some questions from some of your fans. Evelyn Grace says, other than your own, what type of music do you listen to?
Well, I only listen to my own music by default because you listen to it while you're making it. And I don't tend to listen to music a lot.
Oh.
Which probably would strike people as strange, but when I'm not making music, I tend to not want to hear music so much.
You want peace and quiet.
Yeah, and the way I hear music, too, makes me... I kind of, it's a bit of a synesthesia or something akin to that. But it makes me kind of get a little bit too involved when I hear music. I get, start problem solving, analyzing a bit much, maybe kind of like you watching another
When I watch the TV, it's
program.
a nightmare to watch something with me.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, Mars is Coming SPB said, what's your favourite place in Paris? Where's your favourite place in Paris?
I love to walk around the Marais. I love everywhere in Paris. I mean, it's one of my favorite cities in the world. Everybody knows that I have a love affair with this city and this country in general. and we're incredibly excited to come back and play the Grand Palais. It's thank you to everybody who bought tickets. I think the show's sold out pretty much. But we look forward to coming back again. We're playing Nice this summer and a couple of other cities in the south of France.
Okay, now Jana, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, would you like to go to the planet Mars to do the reality show? Have you heard about this reality show?
I have not.
The makers of a Dutch reality show are accepting applications for a one-way trip to Mars.
Sounds pretty ridiculous. No, I absolutely would not. I think, you know, there should be a law against that. Let's keep the reality shows on planet Earth. Let's not infect the rest of the universe.
Yeah, no, you're right. Lots of questions, like hundreds probably, about where you're touring. Are you coming to the Ukraine? Are you coming to Russia?
Yes.
What's the plan for the year? Where are you going?
We are doing a summer festival run starting in June in Europe, a few warm-up shows in the States. And then we're going to tour after that, later in the year, starting in August.
Okay. Are you going to go on a tour for 2 years and 4 months like last time, or is it going to be a bit more quicker?
I think it'll be a bit quicker. I don't think we'll ever tour like that again. That was a unique experience, and it'll always be really special, but we won't do that sort of thing again.
Okay.
Not if we want to keep our sanity.
Okay. We're going to leave it there, Jared. Thank you so much for joining us here.
It's always so short with you. Why is that?
Because it's a 24-hour news channel.
Really? And you like to throw me out on the street?
Nope.
Oh,
you've got lots of other
I'll be
things
back
to do.
if you need me. If you want me, I'm around.
Okay, maybe in July.
Hey, you never know.
You never know. Okay, just a reminder for you guys at home, Jared's new album is called Love, Lust, Faith and Dreams, and this is called Up in the Air. Remember, you can follow The Culture Show on our social networks and me at Eveling in Paris. Thanks for your company. See ya.